The basic point which I am trying to highlight here is that we need manufacturing, and when we reach when these manufactured goods are consumed, there should be a process by which these are disposed of, so that we spread this kind of consumer. For example, the US, Germany, or the Western nations, even the smallest village has got these facilities. In the same manner, we should empower the people in our villages to have opportunities like this. So, there are a lot of disposed of goods, like, for example, used computers, used dishwashers, used, geysers. See, some of them may not be useful in the rural areas, but some of them may be used in the rural areas. We can identify them and we can use them for the purpose of, disposing of the surplus. The fundamental point which I'm going to raise here is that, keeping that aside, which I said previously, that if we are able to place money in the hands of the people, people are willing to spend. And who benefits? The government benefits. Because the companies produce, people employment takes place, everything starts, growing at a reasonable, faster rate which has been existing in the past. It's an opportunity for India to grab. So we should look at one more stage of, where we can increase our income tax slab, provide for, you can get rid of all those exemptions as our PFM is looking at, so that it is a plain, what you call vanilla kind of income tax act, where you take advantage of the tax rate and the increase in, slab rate, and the additional money which you get to use it usefully. If you look at it, because of the, cash in the hands of the people, mutual funds, the increase in mutual funds is the deposits are increasing very well. SIPs are growing. IPOs are now rampant. If you look at it, IPOs are, nobody knows where the stop is going to come. Yes, IPOs, every day you see 2 IPOs coming in. In the past 6 months, I would say 100 IPOs. And if you look at them, the price band ranges from 100 rupees to 600 rupees of a particular share. So you can see the amount of the appetite is available for the appetite available for the funding market. People are willing to invest in those, funds. It might be QIPs or QIB, whatever you may call it. Mutual funds, bankers, anybody you may look at who are buying out the shares. But they have the money to buy it out, which goes to show that people have put the money there. It must be available either in the bank or with the mutual fund or with anybody else, because otherwise these new fund offers and those new IPOs would not be successful. Why is an IPO coming out in numbers today? Because other IPOs are being successful. After you list them, whether the share goes down or not, that I'm not talking about. I'm talking only about the appetite for these new funds, for the appetite for the new IPOs. All that is there. That goes to show only one thing, that India is growing. When India grows, the government should be able to look at it more positively and give the opportunity to the people to spend more. And how can they do it? The steps taken in the previous financial year are good. The money is given in the hands of the people. Yes, tourism has increased, foreign tourism has increased. People are able to expand their ideas. People are traveling all over the world, and Indians are understanding what the world looks like. They are able to absorb the foreign cultures. They are able to understand the foreign culture and the difference between the Indian culture and the foreign culture. So many things, so many aspects are being, covered within that pay because of a few 100,000 rupees available with the Indian taxpayer. See, which is a very, very positive way of thinking. Rather than restricting the possibility of expenditure, if the government is able to look a clear, more economic clear perspective, and with they link it up with the economic standards of the world, India requires a lot of push. The people down have to be brought up to a certain level, the people on the next level have to be taken up. Unless we do that, India will not be the manufacturing, I would say, center of the world as China has become. If we have to compete with China in the consumer goods, first we need to satisfy the demands which is the Indian people need. Only when that demands are satisfied will we be able to make a dent in the world market. If we were to start exporting without satisfying this pent-up demand, prices may rise and that may cause inflation, that may bring back the controls. The reflection of exports without satisfying the pent-up demand within India may not be conducive to the economy. Is my perspective. I'm not saying that the economists are wrong. There are so many people are looking at other things. They might be able to explain it better. But it is my viewpoint that unless we are able to satisfy the demands of the Indians and the pent-up, that's why I'm talking of the pent-up demand, because you are able to see the pent-up demand in the form of taxes, that is the form of indirect taxes, that is the GST, which is growing from month to month after this reduction in the slab rate and also the increase in the tax slab rate, the exemption rate. So I think that it is time, and the Indian economists and the Indian finance experts sit together and look at it and move forward rather than what it was in the past to a future which will move India to the next level of operation. We are in now one, and I would say, are we in a galaxy, or what should I say, in one level of operation? To push India up to the next level of operation, it goes to show that if we place more reliance in the hands of the people of India, they are far more responsible. Because a default a default call from a bank is a shame which most of the Indian people do not like to have. Because they, the neighbors and the friends, the relatives, it's a cause of concern for them. So if we are able to place more funds in the hands of the people, rather than the people borrowing from the banks or from on their credit cards, etc., if you are able to give them cash in their hands, I think it will give them it will be a source of strength for them. It will give them more opportunities to use the facilities available in India. When I mean facilities, everything. Today we have everything available in India. Nothing that is lacking in India. Today we have the very good cars. We have very good motorcycles. We have electronic cycles. We have so many things available. So we can pull the people of India by the bootstraps. And that possibility will come only if we are able to, in my opinion, give them more cash in the hands of the people. Okay, the banks are flush with funds, the IPOs, because the IPOs, the people are, those people who are, who have issued, given their shares away, they are flush with funds. They will be starting new investments, new businesses. All this will be happening. I think, I'm sure, the people at the helm of affairs and those who have taken the decision last year to increase the slab rate, that goes to show that they are looking at it more positively. And there are people who are looking at, my timelines and my thinking, I'm sure we'll have a better opportunity as we grow further. And the next year we might have better, the finance minister will give us better news than what the last year was. Thank you.